Temple of Amun-re and Hypostyle Hall. It is a principal religious center that worships mainly Amun-re, but also worships Mut and Montu. Amun-re is the larger picture to the left, and Mut is the top picture, and Montu is the bottom right picture. It is considered process art because it was built through many centuries, and each new ruler would add to it. As the temple grew for more than 2,000 years, it grew more powerful. The cult of Amun became very strong because of Amun's rock connection to the massive worship center. This caused the priests to become very wealthy and powerful and to overthrow their pharaoh, and the cycle began again. It was located in Karnak near Luxor, Egypt, and placed on the city of Thebes. The temple was built in 1550 BCE, and the hall was built in 1250 BCE, and both were built during the Middle Kingdom period and finished during the New Kingdom period. On the picture, it shows the areas that the gods were worshipped. Karnak was known as the most sacred of places, and it was known in ancient times as this because the people thought that Amun-re would reside here when he came down to earth, and because this is where the priests did their work. The temple represented the creation of the world. Also was largely the work of the 18th dynasty pharaohs, and because Egypt was one of the earliest civilizations in the Middle East and Africa, it had its own very strong influences on others, including the Egyptian style, which included composite profile and cuneiform. Both were made from cut sandstone and mud brick. The temples were limestone with mud brick walls to protect them. They carved hieroglyphics and images of their gods into the sandstone. There were limestone quarries on the Giza plateaus, so limestone was a plentiful resource. The Egyptian method of construction is a mystery, but they did use their own technology to erect all of the columns. Hypostyle Hall. Hypostyle means having a roof or ceiling supported by rows of columns. The clerestories. It was built to have clerestory lighting. And clerestory is a high-section wall that contains windows above eye level. The picture shows an example of the clerestories and how they were built. The Hypostyle Hall was built to have 134 giant columns called the Great Columns. The purpose of these columns was to carry the weight of the roof. It was eventually taken over by Rome, and parts of it were transferred from Egypt back to the temples of Rome. And now it looks like the picture depicted on the right of the screen. The end.